Well, hello everybody, and happy first snowfall in Toronto. Got our first snow last night. It's mostly gone, just a scattering of snow that came in overnight. I was even going to try out my new snowblower, but I didn't get a chance because there just wasn't that much snow. Anyway, time for a Seadoo update for you. There's been a couple of developments. The machine is not being deemed as a write-off. And that's what initially I was kind of hoping would happen, is that the machine would be written off and I could just replace the machine. But that's not going to happen. The insurance company has paid out X number of dollars, and I'm now going to have to repair the machine. So that means I'm going to have to pull the engine out of the machine, take it completely out, do the fiberglass repair on the inside and on the outside, strengthen it even further than it came from the factory to make it really strong in there. And then on the outside, it's an acrylic finish, so that can't be replaced. You have to kind of just patch up to that depth and dimension, and then you're going to have to paint the bottom of the hull on the Seadoo. So I hope to be able to show some of that process. I don't live real close to where the work is going to be done, but I hope to get out there and at least show some of the process of the repair on the Seadoo. But I will have it back in the water for the spring. We've got most of the winter yet, being just a couple of weeks right now at the time of this recording before December, so we've got some time to get it fixed here in Canada before we need it. I am taking off again on another little bit of a holiday. In October I was down on the Bahamas. That was the trip that got cut short by the hurricane Milton. Now I'm off on another trip just before Christmas. I'm heading to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That's way down the bottom of the Caribbean Sea off the coast of Venezuela. So that's where I'm heading on a sailing trip. I'll be on a 60-foot catamaran with an organization called Tradewinds. And we'll be out there for exactly 1 week on the water sailing around those islands. So it's not a Sea-Doo trip, but if you want to come along and have a look at what St. Vincent and the Grenadines looks like in the lower Caribbean, this is the place to be. Let's go. Good morning. Well, after a little over 5 hours in the air, we are back on the ground and just departing our WestJet flight from Toronto. What a temperature change. We've gone from about -1 degree to 29 degrees here in Bridgetown, Barbados. So it is a lot warmer here. Got about 3 hours on the ground here. Then I'm going to catch another airplane, a smaller plane, Inter-Caribbean, which will take us over to Kingstown, Jamaica. Not Kingstown, Jamaica, Kingstown, St. Vincent, and the Grenadines. So we've got 3 hours on the ground, then over to Kingstown in the Grenadines. But our job right now, get on this bus and head over to immigration. Well, that's the view this morning looking out from the Blue Lagoon Marina. Good morning, everyone. It's Saturday morning, and we have arrived. We got up to some beautiful sunshine this morning, and that view right out there. Flew in here last night from Barbados, from Bridgetown. We're now in St. Vincent and the Grenadines at a place called the Blue Lagoon. And this is where Tradewinds has got its base set up here at the Blue Lagoon. They've got 4 boats here. They've got 3 60-footers, and then they have 1 59-foot boat. And we're on a 60-footer, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember exactly the name of it. Don't know the name. We'll find that out at 5 o'clock. This is sort of turnaround day. Everybody who was out on charter last week has got off the boat this morning. So this is cleanup time now for the boats. They've got to take all the laundry off. They got to do all the cleanup of all these boats and get them ready to go back out, reprovision, all that sort of stuff, and go back out at 5 o'clock. So at 5 o'clock we'll be on one of those boats out there. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And as I say, not sure exactly which one we're going to be on. So we're going to hang around the Blue Lagoon today, take a look around the facilities here, and then make our way aboard Tradewinds boat at 5 o'clock. Okay, we come through the lobby of the Blue Lagoon Hotel, and we come out this way, out to the water. There's a coffee shop out here where I got my morning coffee, just in there. And then the beautiful area right out here. Bit of beach right over here on this side as well. I think we'll put the drone up in the air and get a couple of shots of the Blue Lagoon Harbor. Well, the sun's just getting a little bit lower in the horizon, and we are about a half an hour away from boarding the boat. Are you all ready for another trip?
I'm ready to go.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This boat that we're on, it's called Swept Away. We've been on this boat before. Just about 2 years ago, we were on this boat, but it was based down in Canouan at the time, which is one of the islands in the Grenadines. Now it's up here in St. Vincent. So we're sailing out of a little different location, but same boat. We're going to meet all the other people that are on the boat in just a couple of minutes. They're all kind of assembled down here waiting. We don't know who's going to be with us, but there will be 8 other couples or 8 other people on the boat, plus a crew of 2. So we're going to meet them all in just a few minutes. It doesn't happen all that often, but every now and then you'll meet somebody on one of these boats that you have sailed with before. And we ran into Michael on this trip. Michael was with us in Belize, and Michael is back on another trip. He's not on our boat, but he's on a different trip. And right here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Good to see you again, Michael.
Good to see you, Yukon, Bob.
That's our boat. This is the second time for me on Swept Away. Last time out of Canouan, this time out of Kingstown. Or the Blue Lagoon, as they like to call it here.
Yep, that's true.
Nice.
Permission to come aboard, Captain.
Absolutely.
Welcome to St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Oh, we got a little first step here is a little bit wide.
First step. So, just wait for Zan.
If Loretta goes in first, we'll all be careful.
Right, so you can just gonna wait till the boat comes back a little bit and you can jump.
Tell me when.
Alright. Good. Now. There we go. One hand. Sure. Go. There we go. Yeah. That's where we put the sandwich.
We prepared some nice snacks for you and a Caribbean rum punch, which you're most welcome to grab and enjoy. We're going to get going straight away. So I'm just going to say that when we're getting around the boat, just very briefly, if you want to get around the boat, please always have one hand to grab onto something in case you are going to fall over or anything like that. We don't want anyone getting swept away this week.
So generally what we do on the first night aboard the boat is we get everybody on board. There's a kind of a cocktail welcome thing and some snacks. We don't go very far. We're going to pull anchor here quickly and then just sail out a little ways or motor out. We won't be sailing. We just go out of the bay a little bit and then either hook onto a mooring ball or drop anchor and spend the night just very quickly out from the base here. So we won't be very far away tonight. There's apparently an old fort at the top of that island there, and there's a staircase that will take you right up to the top. You can climb up there if you feel so inclined. So we are anchored a little further from base than we normally go on a Tradewinds boat on that first night. We've come out about 40-50 minutes from base, and we've anchored up the coastline of St. Vincent, and breakfast is going to be served in about a half an hour. Then we'll get our briefing for the day. I think there's a dive happening later on today, so we'll find out about that. We'll have breakfast around 8 o'clock in the morning on the boat, and then the captain will give us a briefing as to what we're going to be doing for the day. We're traveling with 2 other Tradewinds boats. There's one right over there. There's a 60-footer over there, and then there's a 59-footer right over there. So 3 boats are going around the islands today. So breakfast coming up. I've got my first cup of coffee right here this morning. I'll have a cup of coffee, get the day underway, and we'll see what's in store for us on day 1 in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
After breakfast, once we got cleared up, we're going to go to Wali Labu Bay, which is just about a 20-minute journey around the corner from here, which is where we're going to spend our morning and early afternoon. So we're going to go around there. We have a nice time for some swimming and some snorkeling. This is also where we're going to do our first dive of the week with you two.
Let me give you a little tour of the salon on the boat. Everybody's pretty much outside, so I can just kind of walk through here and not interrupt anybody. This is the salon here on a 60-foot. This is the galley, which is also known as the kitchen, but a galley on the boat. Double fridge, freezer, full-size oven. Looks like a 6-burner, 5-burner stove, coffee maker, toaster, fan, all that kind of stuff. Double sink. This is Xander, our first mate's area on the boat. He runs the kitchen on the boat. So they bring a stockpile of things on board. You can see we've got root vegetables, different types of vegetables, lemons, limes, garlic, plantains, all that sort of stuff. This is the chart room right at the very front of the boat for navigation purposes. And then you've got cabins down here. This is the port side, so there's a cabin down there. That's where I am, down on the port side on the bow. And then on this side there's another cabin down here. And then back down this way, you've got 2 more cabins back down this way. You can go down here. There's a cabin aft and stern, and the same on that side there, cabins down there. So that's the galley. People don't spend a heck of a lot of time in there. Mostly we're outside, as long as the weather is good and cooperating. And then you come out and you've got this whole big sitting area right here, which is all covered. So if it's raining, you'll also find people out here, that sort of thing. And then your bar over there, wine's down there, soft drinks in there, the beer is over there. If you can look out that way, you can see a kind of an arch in the rock out there. Apparently that is one of the scenes from Pirates of the Caribbean, that Johnny Depp movie. I think it was the first movie. And they had a bunch of dead pirate bodies hanging around the circumference of that arch out there. And that's where they shot that scene from Pirates of the Caribbean. Hard to see from here, but the drone should be able to get a better view. Four divers, 1 dive master.
Yeah, you go up, that done up first.
Okay.
Alright, now you can drop this strap. Just put it down.
that was a pretty good dive. It was not all that deep, probably 60 feet to the bottom of what looked like a tugboat that was at the bottom there. I think it hit a reef here years ago, and it's been there for quite a few years. So 60 feet to the depth, and then we kind of swam around underneath it and across over the top of it, and got a really good look at it, because we were down there probably for about 40 minutes, 35-40 minutes, something like that. Went around it several times, just right off the back of the boat. So fairly easy dive. So let me give you a quick little tour of one of the cabins on this 60-foot luxury trade winds boat. This particular cabin is up in the bow, and it's on the port side, and it's got an entranceway on both sides of the bed. So there's an entranceway over there and an entranceway over there. Reading lights over there, reading lights over there. You've got a step here that you can kind of get up onto the bed. It's just a little bit messy in here. It hasn't been totally made up, but they do make the beds up every day while we're having breakfast. The first mate and the captain come down. They go around to all the rooms and tidy up the sheets and make the beds. So that's done every day. You've got storage cabinets in here. So you've got a big tall cabinet there. There's cabinets all underneath here, and then of course down underneath the bed there's two big drawers in there. So there's lots of room to put stuff away. Air conditioning comes in up there. You've got USB ports down here, and you've also got 110 volt. Your air conditioning controls are right down there, so everything is within reach. Lighting is really nice. You can have kind of mood lighting in here, or you can have all the lights on. And then through here is where the head is. It's a vacuum flush toilet on board. It works pretty well. Little cabinet there. That's a wet shower right through there. And then it's going to be a little dark, but I'll just point that way. That's your sink and mirror in there. So that's a look at the room. Not too bad. You don't spend a ton of time in the room here. Everybody gets their own window, and there's a shot out the window. We are just now coming into the island of Bequia.
Okay, gotcha. So come on, you see sunscreen to your right. Back this way. Bye. We're gonna acclimate with the locals, so we're not flooding the boat down this way.
You wouldn't think they actually have, no, they have decent merch, yeah.
Nice one. Just hold on the rope if you can.
I think we'll just take a stroll around, have a look at some of the shops here in Bequia. Chicken? Pork. And pork. Pretty little harbor through here. This little walkway, which is fairly narrow, goes all the way around the bay. Don't know if it goes as far as Princess Margaret Bay, which is just up that way, but it goes quite a ways. And we are anchored, or we're not really anchored, we're on a mooring ball. We're out that way somewhere. I can't think of a better location to sit down and have a beer, look out at this, have the reggae beat in the background. These guys are actually not too bad, they're pretty good. Nice little location to sit and have a moment or two. One of these Adirondack chairs. Oh yeah! Excellent. So it is a special treat tonight for captain's cocktails. Normally they're on the boat, up on the fly bridge or up in the bow of the boat, but not tonight. Tonight we're taking the dinghy, we're going to shore in the Bequia Harbor, and the captain's cocktails are going to be served tonight at the Mimosa House. The Mimosa House is a trade winds property, which is terra, which means onshore. So they have about 6-7 units there that they rent out, and then they have some day trips on a smaller Zodiac boat out of there. So we're going to go have a little tour of the place, get acquainted with it a bit, and have captain's cocktails there. Okay, thank you. Oh wow, look at this thing. This is the mimosa boat that you get to go out. I'm staying here just because of this.
Guys, over
We're one of these guys, right?
So after breakfast this morning, we're going to head over to Meru, which is the next island to the north of here a little bit, and that's where the National Marine Park is. Tobago Keys is over in that area just around Meru. And there are a lot of turtles there, or at least there's supposed to be a lot of turtles there. I have seen a lot of turtles over the years there in that marine park, and we're going to do a little snorkeling and hopefully be able to show you some turtles in the water, because there were lots of them there the last time I was down here. One thing I didn't realize here is that jet skis are not allowed anywhere in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and it's mostly because of the turtles. They don't want those jet skis speeding along and hitting turtles, so they are banned in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The only country that I know of that does that, but they're not allowed here. I was asking the captain about it because I hadn't seen any, and he said, yeah, that's the law here. You can't have a Seadoo or a Yamaha or Kawasaki down here jet skis because of the turtle population in the area. So the super yacht's still with us this morning. There's a few other people with us this morning as well. And as I say, after breakfast, we'll be moving down towards Meru. We appear to have quite a collection of fins and masts on board. We got an entire bucket to keep all of this stuff in. I think it got a little bit of a rinse overnight from the rain as well, so it's had a little freshwater rinse overnight.
Most of it came out.
That almost looks like meatloaf for breakfast. I don't think that's meatloaf. I don't know what that is. And then we've got some boiled eggs. Doesn't that look like meatloaf? It's a banana loaf or something, I think.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So this morning for breakfast we have banana oat cups, actually not a cup, like a slice, and then a fruit platter with pineapple, mango, apples and some grapes, and then bagels and toast and hard-boiled eggs. So hope you guys enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ah, there's the boat we passed yesterday on the way in with a Canadian flag on it. Never did get a chance to talk to those people, so I've got no idea where they're from. But they are flying the Canadian flag. Just pulling up on Tobago Keys now. This is a series of sandy bottom, 4 keys. They kind of are in a horseshoe shape. It's a national marine park in here, very sensitive area. And there's a lot of green turtles in here. Thus you see all the boats behind me. Everybody kind of comes over to Tobago Keys if you're in the Grenadines to have a look at all the turtles in the water here. And this is a national marine park, so protected area. And it's probably the big draw in the Grenadines, the Tobago Keys. Well, guys, that's going to do it for this Yukon Bob video, this sailing trip on the sailing vessels swept away around the islands of St. Vincent and the Grenadines over the last week. We've visited all along the coast of St. Vincent, and we came back down, went all through the Grenadines, through islands like Canawan, Bequia, Union Island, and Tobago Keys, Meru, all of those places to the south. Been a great week. We've had pretty good weather. We haven't done a lot of sailing on this trip, mostly motoring, but the winds have been fairly light. But thanks to everybody, all the other guests who are on board, for putting up with Yukon Bob shooting video all week long. And thanks very much to Freddie, our captain, and to Xander, our first mate, for some great meals and some great hospitality over the course of the last week. We'll see you all again on another video coming up somewhere in the future. Thanks for tuning into this one. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.